Welcome to my channel, A Cup of Tea with Krista Joy. Yes, you can have abs after surgery. Want to make sure that you hear when things are new in this channel. Click subscribe so you get notifications when this happens. But first, tea. Today I'm doing something very unique. Another thing from a friend. This is called Smart Bottle. I put my tea in here. I put my hot water there. Look at this. This is awesome. And then it fills it up and it steeps it up. Today's tea is from a local place that we have. It's called the Mad Hatter Tea House, and it's an old Victorian home right on the Mississippi River. A couple years ago, they started putting out their own teas. This is called Cherry Rose. It smells delicious. It's perfect for this time of year when the blossoms are starting to bloom. As I wait for my Cherry Rose tea to steep, I want to talk to you about today about your abs after surgery. This can pertain to you whether you have had a TRAM flap or a DIEP flap, which I had the TRAM flap. If you have any major abdominal surgeries, this can help you. If you have a core that is not very strong and stable, that includes your lower back, a lot of people have lower back pain, this can also help you. So I'm thrilled to be able to show you a couple workouts and a couple exercises that helped me in my journey when I was trying to get back into working out and strengthening myself after I had been fully cut up from my abdominal surgery. So now I'm gonna let my tea I don't like this one to steep for too long. And now, isn't this amazing? I love it. And then I get to drink it. Fog up my glasses. Oh, that's so good. I found when I was working out, anything that was laying on the ground or on my hands and knees was really hard for my abdomen working right away. And a lot of the workouts that I found had that when I was searching for what do you do to strengthen your abdomen after a hernia surgery or abdominal surgery. But I felt like those were different than my situation because of the magnitude of the repair. However, when you get going and you are strengthening yourself, there are a couple floor workouts that I think can be really helpful after you've gotten used to and you've gotten a lot stronger. One of the first things I did after surgery was to get out and take a walk. I believe I started 3 weeks after surgery, maybe 4. I would just take a walk around the block. Tried to do 10 to 15 minutes, and I went slow. I went really slow. After a week or so, I thought, all right, I'll go a little further. So we have a W, so I took another lap around instead of just the one route. I took 2, and then I thought, oh well, I can keep going. So I went a little further, and then each time I went out, I'd go a little bit longer till eventually I was taking about half-hour walks. That was my goal, to be able to go out for a half an hour at a time. I did that for many, many weeks. 1, it felt good to get out. 2, you use your abs for so many things. As much as you can use your abs without it hurting, it is good. Going out on slow walks and being able to just move your legs, you use your abdomen. And I was able to strengthen it. Being able to go out for walks, I think personally, was the first thing to help me heal as best as possible. Number 1, best exercise after surgery is walking. Number 2 thing I think you should do to be able to strengthen your abdomen and your core, which includes your lower back. It's one reason why a lot of people have back problems is because they do not have a strong core. If you're like me and you don't have a lot of your abdominal muscles left, I do have my obliques. Some of these things are harder than others, so you have to adjust to what your situation is. Put your legs like this, your arms out like this, and you're going to just move and twist. Your legs stay where they are, and you move and twist like this. Now, when you first start out, you might just do small positions here, and as you improve your range of motion, you can come out even further. You can do something called the bow and arrow, where you come here and you cross and you bring it all the way across this way. You're working your obliques and all of this area and your lower back when you do this one right here. Now, some of these, you're gonna want something to keep you stable when you first start out. Today I have a fan. And I like to do one that I call kind of a side crunch. We're used to crunches or sit-ups, right? And I physically cannot do sit-ups. That is not something my abdominals let me do right now. However, I can do sides. So if you need a stabilizer, and you can crunch to the side. So you're crunching this muscle right here. You can crunch to the front, always keeping your hand here to keep yourself stable. You can always do the other side because you want to get both sides strong. The next one I like to do with a light weight. You might do a 3 or 5. I have a 5 here. You can use your stabilizer, but you're just going to bend, and it also ends up being a good, nice stretch for this. You don't want to go too far right away because you have to watch out for your incisions. But even with this workout, you do not want to go past your knees. And once you get a lot stronger, you can take your hand off, put your hand up here, and get even a bigger, longer stretch. Now, mountain climbers are a very popular one where you're in the plank position. I personally found when I was starting back into working out that plank position was really hard on my abdomen, and being able to lean down was just too hard. So I had to find something else. So I found standing mountain climbers. You can climb, you're going to do opposite legs and arms like this. You can also do more of like a crunch, a crossover. That's going to work other parts of your abdomen. And you find as you go that maybe you start off like this because you could only move your legs so much. And as you go, you're able to get more range of motion. This one's really fun. I have a 3-pound weight. Even putting your arms out like this is really good for strengthening your core. So then you're going to round your back as you bring them forward. And it's kind of like a weighted crunch. First floor one I'm going to show you, you're going to mostly sit. And you're going to put your feet like this and your legs like this. And it's just a twisty motion. And I like to bring my hands down to the floor. You might, when you start off, just go like this. As you improve and strengthen your core, you can start leaning back to make it a little more challenging. You can also use a weight, and it helps strengthen your arms and your abdomen. It's nice because there's so many levels. You can do a high level, you can do a low level, you can go all the way to the side, and you can do it without weights. So it's a really excellent one to start working your abdomen while you sit down. Then a traditional crunch, right? So a crunch is not a full sit-up. I like to put my hands next to my head and I just crunch up like this. And I understand that at this point, I will probably never be able to do a full sit-up. And that's okay, because my abdomen is so much stronger than it ever was, even before surgery. And I am really glad that I found ways to work out, strengthen my core without always doing just sit-ups. Lastly, I wanted you to know that there are a lot of workout programs that are really excellent for you to get into a more exercise routine. Ones that I love that don't take a lot of core work, but it definitely works your core, are dancing. You can do high levels of dance. You can social dance. I know my husband and I used to go swing dancing. That would be excellent. There's so many different ways to dance. There's workout dance programs that you can find, and it's a nice, easy way to get into exercising, especially after you've started taking half-hour walks, intensifying it a little bit. I would also recommend that there are a lot of workout programs out there that have modifiers. I personally really enjoy the ones that I can do at home. When I use Morning Meltdown 100, MBF, 21 Day Fix, and 80 Day Obsession, they have excellent modifiers. And I absolutely watch those modifiers and follow those modifiers. And sometimes I would even modify what the modifier did. So those are ones that I highly recommend. It is okay to modify. It is okay to modify sometimes and then go into the real one sometimes. I'm just a little over a year over my surgery and I still modify. I can't do full sit-ups. There are some things where I can do it if I have a counterweight. There's something called a half Turkish get-up in 80-day obsession. I can mostly do that, but now I'm doing a new program and there are sit-ups and I just cannot do them. And that's okay, because like I said, my abdomen, my core is so much stronger than it's ever been. And I am thrilled that I can do those things. It has been so good to work out with you, show you some moves that I hope will help you in your recovery. Remember to take it slow. Don't do too much. Just remember, soreness is good, but if it hurts in the moment, stop what you're doing, put it away for later. But if you are sore, it will often help you become stronger for the next time and you can do more next time. Put in the comments section what workouts you think you want to try and what you think will work and help you. I'm so happy that I can be here for you, and have a blessed day.